Now, for updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akerijola joins us. Good morning, Aaron.
Yeah, good morning to you, Ayo. Good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufai. Let's get it started with our red-hot striker at the moment, who seems to be the next African Footballer of the Year. Waiting. Yes, of course. Ademola Lookman is his name, and kudos to him. And he's fine form. And I must say that yesterday he won man of the match in that game, Atalanta against Shakhtar Donetsk in the UEFA Champions League. And this man just keeps scoring, assisting. He got a goal and an assist yesterday, and you look at his trajectory, you can't just be happy for him. Because he started from the lower rungs of English football. Yes, he literally started from the bottom. And kudos to him and what he's doing. And he's also a Ballon d'Or nominee, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, let's just put it in. Yes. Okay. Okay. Away from that, other results in the UEFA Champions League. Quickly, let's run through them. Real Madrid actually got a very, very bad loss yesterday. Also, Bayern Munich did not understand what hit them at the Villa Park as they lost to Aston Villa 1-0. And you look at Duran and you say that this man is the man in form. Mohamed Salah was unsung for his team as they blitzed past Bologna on the day. 2-0 was how he actually ended. And not forgetting Juventus coming from behind with 10 men to actually beat RB Leipzig yesterday in the UEFA Champions League. It's a little bit confusing, the new format, but let's keep watching and see how things actually play out. Away from that, here in Nigeria, the Nigeria Football Federation have said they will institute a Player of the Month award to be selected by journalists and fans, so which will include male and female Player of the Month, Discovery of the Month, and Goal of the Month. Let's see if this will help spur or endear people to Nigerian football, because it's not just for people abroad, also people in the local league. Let's see how that one plays out. But in the meantime, on the continent, Aliou Cisse has been fired as the Teranga Lions coach. They've decided not to renew his contract. So as it stands right now, the Teranga Lions of Senegal are without a coach. He won the AFCON in 2022, led them to 2 World Cups, a former captain of the team, and I must say that he did quite a lot for them because he was the very first coach to actually win an international trophy for the Teranga Lions of Senegal. And at the moment, he's jobless. Maybe the Super Eagles might be considering him. Let's see how that one plays out. And quickly, let's talk about the fact that FIFA will be considering possible sanctions against the Israel Football Federation later on today. Of course, a proposal was being brought in by the Palestinian Football Association. They first brought this particular protest in March of this year. And FIFA said, the PFA called for a vote in the FIFA Congress, but they suspended that particular one. So let's see what actually happens today. As I try to wrap it up, a list was actually released by a very reputable body about the most followed sports, Rufai, in the world. And it will shock you some numbers that actually came and some sports that are actually very popular. Amongst the top 5 most popular sports in the world, starting from number 5 quickly, is volleyball. You'll be shocked that volleyball has 900 million fans followership. Yes, volleyball, okay, huge following. And in number 4 is tennis. All right, tennis has quite a number of following. Now, when you actually look at the 1 billion people follow tennis. All right, okay. And in number 3, hockey.
Yeah.
Yes, hockey is number 3 with 2 billion followership. In number 2, thanks to the likes of Virat Kohli and Sachin Tendulkar, we can go on out there. Yes, cricket. Yeah, thanks to AM India. Crazy about cricket. 2.5 billion, and the most popular numero. All right, half of the world's population follow football. 3.5 billion people. They actually have it. So if we actually look at the list, the likes of golf, the likes of basketball, didn't even make it the top 5.
Basketball didn't come second.
No, so you can actually see that basketball is 7th with 800 million, baseball 500 million, rugby with 475 million, and golf with 450 million.
Cricket.
Formula 1 didn't even come.
Yes, cricket. India estimated 1.5 billion people are in India,
yeah.
and they are crazy about cricket. When you put Australia, you put New Zealand, you put South Africa, and you put some other countries.
Vestiges of colonialism.
Yes, you can say that again.
You know, I was going to make a joke that, where's cricket on the list? Cricket sound. And then it comes second.
Cricket, yes, the second was followed sports.
I mean, that's amazing. And it just shows, the power of and the influence of the sport.
Yeah.
And how the sports have also been a political tool, Look at tennis, for instance, the impact of tennis. Look at the Ukrainian crisis and saying some Russian athletes will not get to play and all of that. And the impact of that even spans from the days of Susan Langley.
Yeah.
She was so popular, such a formidable tennis player that, and as Hemingway, one of his novels says, as competitive as Langley, that's how powerful tennis is. And look at football, everybody in the world watches football diplomacy. I think the picture that solidifies for me for football was after a meeting for the G7 leaders, and they all watched the Champions League final where Chelsea was playing Bayern Munich in 2012. I mean, that solidifies football. Yeah. So I'm also very happy, enough of that, I'm also very happy for Lookman because he went through a lot. Nobody ever gave Lookman a chance, We all saw the way he left Everton and he came to Atalanta. Some people felt it was going to be his graveyard, but today he's done things around. And it'll be travesty if he's not given African Footballer of the Year this year. So I'm really passionate about it. And for me, his service to the national team. He's not only doing well on the club side, he's scoring for the national team.
Yes.
I mean, that dedication is on par. It reminds me of Osazio Derwige back in the days. And he's very level-headed, not too much scandal and anything. And we're looking forward to that. But this new Champions League format, I don't really get it. Where does
What's
it
trying to wrap our minds around?
One thing is obvious. They want more football on television. But are they going to pay the players for the stress?
Yeah, they are paying the players for the stress.
And secondly, the players will burn out because they're human beings. So how do we cater to their health?
That's how it goes.
All right, so with the sports, since you mentioned Osaze Odemwingue, he's playing major in the top 20 teams. He's staying with football and now he's gone to golf. So,
golf is top 10, actually.
Oh, is it top 10? So
top 10.
Look at him playing in the, professionally in the top 10 football. So well done. Talk about cashing in. But when I look at that list, I wish, there were some sports, aside from football, of course, where on the African continent, we can call it our own sport. I say this because of your analysis of cricket and how you talk about the Indian influence, the Australian influence.
British influence.
But very popular in those places. But I would love to see some sports that are almost indigenous to... They're not exerting a lot of force. But maybe, it would be really great. It would be really great to see that. I'm saying that because the world is telling their story through sports. Africa should also tell our own stories, maybe and even Nigeria. And talking about that, one thing about the NFF, I love the thought about the Player of the Month. I think it's a great idea. But I don't know why they want to include foreign-based players. I would have preferred, in order to really promote our local league, to make it, first of all, start out with local, from our when you do the Player of the Month in England, I don't know to what extent
they don't do foreign.
Exactly. So why are we bringing in foreign players? With no prejudice to them. I'm just saying that they already have enough publicity, enough awareness. So let us really grow our home, our home talent and our local league. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, Carlos Alcaraz has won the China Open final in a dramatic, final, beating Jack Sinner.
Yeah.
So the Spaniard, this is in the last 4 encounters. This is the 4th time he's beaten Jack Sinner. He dropped out of the U.S. Open, in the the 2nd round. But now since then he has been consistent in winning every match, and winning the China Open makes him effectively, the first person to win, ATP 500 tennis matches on all surfaces. So congratulations to Alcaraz. However, there's a pending matter. The World Body for Doping, the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, had gone now to the Court of Arbitration, saying that when he was tested as positive during the Indian Wells earlier in the year, and then he was exonerated, WADA is saying no. They will go to Court of Arbitration. They want him banned for 1 or 2 years. But in any case, I don't think that takes away from his victory at the China Open. Another issue will be Lionel Messi, who has led Inter Miami to win the Shepherd's Club, the Shepherd's Cup, it is called. 3-2, and he scored a brace in that match. But what is more important is the fact that now he has about, is it 46 titles?
I think 49.
46.
Okay.
46 titles, which is quite a record. Having won in almost every major competition that he has taken part in. Well, as for Senegal sacking Aliou Cisse, well, it comes as a surprise, considering that he took them to the World Cup twice. And he won the African Cup of Nations for them in 2022. But you see the certain countries will just say, well, we want change. The Minister of Sports wants him, but the federal government says, no, let Cisse go. So
he's done enough.
So
they're not going to be renewed. That's what we're talking about.
That's the longest
since
for a national team
2015.
coach.
Yeah.
So if Nigeria is still looking for a coach, as I believe you may still be looking.
Yeah,
for
we are still looking for a coach. We're still demanding for a coach.
Aliou Cisse maybe.
I doubt.
Those homegrown talents.
I doubt it.
The fact that he's Senegalese and this rivalry between Nigeria and the other countries may not properly.
Because why take an African coach when you can take a Nigerian coach?
And his slot.
And
his slot did well.
Yeah.
Winning at home.
Yeah.
Beating Bologna.
Yeah.
In the Champions League. And then you've recognized Lookman. He's done very well.
Not just only recognized, he's one of the most informed players in the world as we speak. He might not win the Ballon d'Or, but in my heart, he's actually won the Ballon d'Or.
He's our winner.
Yeah, he's our winner. Yes, he's our winner.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Aston Villa also did well yesterday.
Yes, it did well.
Let's praise Aston Villa.